So we about to fuck this up.
Yeah, I think now is a good time to do this. Okay, so if you have not seen Bad Boys for Life, this is your spoiler warning now. If you don't care about spoilers, hey, thank you for sticking around. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that. But if you have not seen Bad Boys for Life and you don't want us to spoil anything, leave now.
Yeah, turn it off, big, because I'm about to say some wild shit.
Go.
Yo, when they shot Will Smith, that shit pissed me off.
My nigga.
Them Jones look bad.
Yo.
That was that Overbrook production money right there.
Listen. My man hop off the bike and was like, ska. He said, ooh, the nigga got so when you see it happen, right?
I saw it as soon as it
The only thing I could think of
Tell him.
was Chappelle's show
Where?
when Wayne Brady,
Shot Dave.
he was like, hey Dave, bah! And he shakes like, ah! And you see like it's like
He
the
said
blur.
it was moving.
You see the little blur.
That's the blur of blood.
Nigga.
That's what happened. They should. The dude who did that and whoever, they couldn't have approved that. I think that Martin and Will didn't know that.
They didn't know
That's
that.
post production.
Mm-hmm.
That's post.
That's what happens when your editor don't pay attention to stuff like that.
Man, that's why you need Michael Bay.
Listen, alright, yeah. So let's get into
That's
that.
why you need Michael Bay.
So,
Because niggas get shot in a Michael
they
Bay
get
movie.
shot
And you
and
know
they
what
get
happens?
shot.
Michael Bay just don't let you see it.
Right.
It would have been better if they made a way where you didn't see Will. It was bad. I was like, it instantly became like some shit after you scroll down on action movies and Netflix, like 23 rows, and next to a Steven Seagal joint. That's what it looked like.
That's exactly what it looks like.
That's what it looked like.
It looks Expendables 3.
Ooh, no, because when Van Damme kicked that dagger in that man's chest, I believed it. I believed it. Because that's a Van Damme kick.
I did not believe when Will Smith got shot.
I was like, and then he got shot. It was like he turned, the build up to it was great though.
It was, yeah.
Like he was running backwards, it slowed down. Yep. You was like, he about to get shot.
Like, as soon as
and then all you just saw was him go like this. And it was like bang, bang, bang. And it was just like, looked like cherry Kool-Aid.
So when that happened, right? Now you like, bad. So first of all, the only thing that we're thinking in the movie is like, now this might be good. I was like, now Will Smith dies.
Once we got past the fact of how bad it looked, it was like, yo, Will Smith got shot in the movie.
Like a cigarette, I flicked it. Go ahead.
Will Smith got shot in the movie, and this nigga might not make it.
And he might not make it. Okay.
I was like, is Damn Show better than After Earth? Man?
All right.
I was like, okay.
Gemini Man, who?
I'm
looking like Aries.
All right. Side note: I'm not about to watch Will Smith box himself. I'm not. Under no circumstances will I watch Will Smith box himself.
And we're not gonna review it.
Never.
So
never. I will never.
So that's what happens. And then all right, so then you get into it. So now you're trying to figure out to yourself too. Now the one thing that we didn't want to spoil was the fact that you kind of thought Marcus was already retired by the previews. Like you kind of thought he was, but kind of find out he actually was with him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Mike Lowry, they've been partners the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess basically what happens is the dude just finds the scene happens. Mike Lowry gets shot. Now I'm thinking to myself, all right, so now this is what brings Marcus into the game. No, this actually turns it around. Marcus retires. Like he's I'm done. And then, And then what happened was, and I'm talking about and those scenes were fucking hilarious. Like
when he was
they were showing how Mike got up in the morning, and it showed how Marcus got up in the morning.
They did. That's a good job.
And they shot that very well, and that played its part.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happens where a wedding time passes. Time has to go by because Mike is shot.
I think it was like 6 months.
Marcus. Mike is shot. It's 6 months later, and
he was in a wheelchair. That joint made me mad though. He just got up and literally he ain't look like he was hurt for no time. Like he ain't look like he was still except when he was working out, and then she was like. Yeah, and then he was like, I was like, nigga, you was shot with an automatic gun.
4 hollows.
times.
Just 4
and your
hollows.
torso.
The points.
And in
go
6
through the
months,
body.
you out here just curling.
Just chilling.
Okay.
Just chilling.
Okay.
So,
Continuity.
Right.
The word of the day, class,
is
continuity.
Now, this goes down.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Larry.
So they bring the wedding up, right?
Hmm.
So the wedding, they had Marcus and Mike haven't seen each other since then, and Mike now wants to. He's like, look, I gotta find the dude who tried to kill me, right? And then he basically explains to him that he did flatline. You know what I'm saying? Like
he died
3 times and shit like that, right? But he's like, no, I gotta do this. This is my job. I got.
And I believe that one.
Yeah.
That Will Smith scene, that was good.
Yeah.
And with him and Martin, and that was
like,
good.
He's like, come on, man.
That was a real good
Bad
scene.
Boys for Life.
And I remember looking at you, and I say this: when I saw that scene, I was like, that might have been one of the best scenes I ever seen Will Smith act.
Other than
yeah, no, that was good. Yeah, because of the way like he started it and cried, the tone of his voice, he killed that scene. He killed that joint on Phil. But the joint in Bad Boys 3, no, that was good from Martin and Will. Yeah. That was good.
So he's like, come on, man, help me out.
And then when he told him no, I was like, damn, that was real, and that was good.
So now, once again, Mike and Marcus are far removed from each other. Like what they're trying to do, and it's like, how are y'all about to make this work? So now, so I guess Mike he's trying to basically find out who sold the bullets and all that, blah 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 blah. Basically saying they basically found the person who was running things, and then you see the actual villain in the movie. And the villain in the movie, he's basically like he's the one who shot him, and then he put it up. He was antagonizing him. He put the video up. He put his body cam up of him shooting him. Not the you know what I'm saying, like so like Mike is pissed.
That YouTube video looked better than the actual.
It did.
From the movie.
It did.
I was like, damn, they should have.
They should have used that shot other than the It Was Mooney shot. Anyway, so
it was Mooney shot.
So boom. Now we see the problem at hand, right? So they find a witness, and I guess when Mike is trying to find one of the guys that says the guy's name and all of that, all of a sudden now the bad guy is there, and he takes a shot. He basically they start boxing. They get the boxing.
We'll get to getting that.
He gets his ass handed to him.
No, Will was doing a little bit, but that was a good scene though. Yeah. I'm thinking about like the scene and how they laid out and they were on the roof. Yeah. That roof was sturdy as hell.
Yeah,
you notice that? It was like one of them little the leather awnings, the fabric that's joined or whatever, the vinyl. But that joint was sturdy. It was wood under that roof.
It was definitely some foundation.
That roof was a floor.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But it was a good scene. Yeah, and then it was like Martin's downstairs.
Yeah, he's watching.
It's funny. Yeah, that was a real good scene for Martin. And then the joint with the car. And when they was riding home, that might be the funniest part of the whole movie. Y'all just gotta see it.
Y'all gotta see that part. Y'all gotta see it.
When they ride home, you like, bruh, I'm dead, yo. And just their interaction with each other. And you wanna know what I said. And this is what I see that was real good. And that's why I say, no matter what I say, that CGI and the effects, that was bad. But like Will Smith and Martin, as far as that, like
chemistry,
I'm definitely impressed. I'm satisfied. I'm definitely satisfied. At the very least, I like that.
Now, I guess now we find out that the biggest. So we get a little closer. Now we still see Marcus and Mike still separated, right? So I guess
Man,
so
that was a bad
let's drop the bomb. Let's drop the bomb. All right. Once again. Have not seen it.
It's like worse than G Baby,
bro.
It's like,
man. So you're invested in the characters, but the person we don't talk about the most is Captain. Captain is like classic Captain. What did you do?
He's a high quality actor. Yes. Like he's a really good actor.
Awesome.
It's the same dude from The Matrix.
Yeah.
He plays Cypher in The Matrix. Like he's been in a couple of real good joints. I can't remember his name right now, but he's a good boy. Yeah. He's a really good actor.
He definitely plays a role.
You know Cap.
But do you see it coming? if you're not paying attention, you don't see it coming. But
I don't know. Like now that I think about everything that he was saying to him and just that happened, I was like, because and that's what I'm saying. And like also, I gotta say that for how like I know that this was shot a little bit lower because Michael Mann has like the forces of God behind. Michael Mann. What's his name? Has the forces of just like God and like the universe behind him and the budget he has for movies.
Yes.
But they had really good scenes.
Yes.
And for even though there were certain things in the script that I felt lacking, you know how like real quick, you know how like with Tyler Perry, you watch something and you feel like that room.
Yeah.
And you know like in the script and like you're like it's like it feels forcefully silent.
Yeah.
It had some of that.
Yeah.
But the scenes were really good, like, and the script was alright. Like, I'm really not mad. And I really, really feel like they did a.
This is where the turning point happens.
Yeah, Cap
gets popped.
Cap.
Not only did Cap gets popped,
Cap died.
He's dead.
They killed Cap, man.
And it's how it happened. The bullet went right by Will and hitting it. Oh, bruh.
It was a bad
and
joint.
You felt listen, bad. We had people next to us, right? Wasn't that many seats. Wasn't that many people in it.
Wasn't.
But the people next to me, when he Cap got shot, I was like, oh! Like, it's one of them joints. I'm so sorry. My bad.
Yo, because you didn't... I'm gonna get you something for that. My bad. I didn't see it come. And that was the thing. Yeah. And they kept throwing curveballs at you. So, like, it kept the movie like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like, and that was, like, part of it that, like, you was like, it was good. Mm-hmm. That's why I was just like, I felt like even when they made it, they knew they was like, all right. This ain't gonna be the other two. Yeah. But let's make it its own thing that can stand alone. And it can stand alone. Like, it has... I would watch it again.
Tangent talk. The same thing, I felt the same thing now that I'm thinking about it. It reminds me of Men in Black 3.
Yeah, because they made it its own thing. I was just talking to somebody. I was like saying how I feel like with Men in Black 3. I wish they had did what they did with not Men in Black 3, not the one. I'm the new one. And Men in Black International.
No, I'm talking about
wait, what you talking about? Men in Black 3?
Men in Black 3 when they're talking about how they made it more sentimental. Like how do you remember Men in Black 3?
And that was the joint where it was like he went back in time.
He went back in time, but come to find out that was the reason why K had everything set up. It's because his dad died right there.
I gotta watch that joint.
Alright, but anyway, so bomb number 2. Here is where like I said, the writing was good, but this is where it gets a plot hole, but not really a plot hole. They say that before Mike got into the academy, they basically signed him up for like a covert ops type thing, and he goes to Mexico. Something happens in Mexico, and basically he falls in love with a girl, and they have a son. And come to find out, the guy that's trying to kill Mike is his son. He did so. Now we have a family turnaround.
And then the way they revealed it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
They did a good job, man.
And then you started. My thing is, I started to pay attention to it. Like I was like, why? I said he wants to see his face. He obviously wants to see his killer's face. And then when he looked at his killer's face, it was like, I was like, yo. I said, watch, that's gonna be his son. And lo and behold, ends up being his son. And that is basically where it falls off the rails for me. Cause
like I said, for once it became what it was, and like you look at like the obviousness of like the script, it was pretty good.
It was pretty good, but
it was good.
The ending.
I felt like it just kind of ended.
It just ended.
Was cool. I think it took enough time to end.
Yeah,
they didn't just like it was like the whole gunfight and blah blah. Yeah. It was up there on the third floor by the roof for at least 15-20 minutes, and it was a lot. Floor.
So
what we're talking about is continuity and science. That's what we're talking today, kids. Science.
So Will Smith, I guess
I got this. So
just go.
So Will Smith and the son. right, or in battle.
They're in fisticuffs.
The construct, the building that they're in is on fire.
Clearly, it has to be a ball of fire.
Right.
It's the third movie.
It
has to be something on fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Michael Mann would have blown something up. We're gonna blow something.
We're gonna blow everything.
So the building's on fire. So they're fighting. Right. Will's on the ground. It's a wooden. The place is wooden.
Yeah.
The floor is wooden.
Wood.
Is fire under, like
Underneath
right
wood.
under the board.
On wood.
Will's face is face down on
the wood. Nothing.
You see the flame rising above, like from above. So it's obviously it's like rising above in front of his face, hidden space. Now I'm like, the whole just laid down.
It's not burning.
Just
it's not
whole
burning.
Side of the brisket,
nothing.
Just done.
You not wood grilling your salmon right now.
Cajun.
Okay, so we like a cigarette.
I flicked it.
But then he throws the punch. Will moves his head. The dude breaks the board. And his hands hit the flames.
And he burns his hand. But what about your fricasseed face?
Nigga, please.
What about your face?
The word of today, kids. Continuity. Okay.
It just has to make sense.
It has to make sense.
To a degree.
The helicopter falling from the roof.
Straight through? I didn't even think about that.
Hold up. Then it explodes. Whole bottom, you see the explosion, everything. Pow! Bottom of the building is exploding. Cutscene, everybody's just walking out like,
everybody just made it downstairs.
Nobody died?
No, everybody made it out. Okay.
No, like a cigarette.
I flipped it.
So then we find, they tell the truth, mama, is that your son, mama? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the woman behind everything, she gets shot. And
I will say that I was glad that they made the villain a woman.
Yes.
And not to say that women ain't shit or nothing like that.
Yeah,
but it's good to see a woman get a main role.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always some drug lord, something. Yeah. It was good. It was cool. It tied it together.
Yes.
It was good. Then you saw like a mother with her son.
Yes.
He was doing anything
Mother's
for that
love for her son. Yep.
He listened to her all the time. It was solid, man. What? That face.
When he had to break down what happened, and then the way that Martin Lawrence flipped it on him on the plane.
He was like, "You mean to tell me you fell in love with a black witch?
With a witch?
You with a witch?"
He said, you how you gonna fuck a witch
and
not use a
condom?
condom?
You know something's coming back.
Yo.
So, like I said,
they had their moments. Yo.
It's an enjoyable
it's
film.
Good, yo. It's just
film.
Go
see it.
Go.
If you love Bad Boys, go see it.
Don't have an idea about it. Just go watch you a movie.
If you made it this far, you already seen it. But you know what I'm saying, and because you made it this far into this, either you're some type of sicko, you know what I'm saying? You just don't like movies to be spoiled, and you like movies
terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Go see the movie. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth the matinee.
It's worth the matinee.
Go on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
You know, say $5 Tuesdays. Everybody in every city got a $5 Tuesday.
Facts.
At the movie theaters. Go on that $5 Tuesday.
$5 Tuesday.
Get you a corn.
Get you a corn, can of corn.
And
you'll be fun. Yep.
Go in there with a smile.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
But, as usual, like, share, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. If you want to make a comment on what you'd like to see. Do you like the instant movie reviews? Do you like the show and lauds movie approval? I mean, if you love it, we appreciate you clicking it. If you don't like it, too bad. You're not going to like a lot of stuff on this channel.
Look, it happens.
It does. You know?
Mm-hmm. And as usual, tell your friends about me.
Facts. It's showtime.
Willow.